Today I want to talk to you guys about the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 events in the EOL because there's a lot of stuff happening, new events, more shreddings and more options. So heyo, let's go! Hi everyone and welcome to the Vizzle vlog. I'm all set up in my new studio, so stoked to share some new content with you guys. And today I want to talk to you about the Tier 1 and the Tier 2 stuff in the Onewheel League. As we have added some new events in the league, they will all enter on a Tier 2 level. And then we have the established events, they will have the Tier 1 status. So what's the difference? Well, the Tier 1 events are actually following a very strict standard that we have created with the board of the EOL and some community representatives, so that we can make the events in the EOL a little bit more uniform, although they will always keep their own identity as an event. This standard will be made available for all people who want to set up an event so that you can look into the requirements, to the rules and all of that stuff on how to set up your Tier 1 event. Then for the Tier 2 events, well, they actually have a little bit more wiggle room as they are exempt from some rules in this standard. They can actually set up a race like a time trial race, a mass race. You can even invent your own format as long as you can get to a top 16 at the end of the event so that we can award the points that are necessary. Regarding the points for the Tier 1 events, you will always get the full points for the ranking. For the Tier 2 events, you will always get half of the points of the ranking. Ranking points are available on the website of the EOL. Go and check the table over there to see what points you can be awarded. And in the end, for the EOL ranking, we will count your 3 best Tier 1 events and your best Tier 2 event as a total, and that will make up the score for the EOL ranking for the championship, from which we will select the riders. So that makes it a little bit more fair for the people who cannot attend all the events. It's very hard if there's more events to attend them all. So we want to make it as fair as possible. So there's only a select few of the events that will count for your result. So if you're able to do 3 or 4 events, then you can definitely make a chance to go to the European Championship. I want to talk a little bit more about the Tier 2 events because we have new events and everybody's curious on what's coming. Some of the events already happened, so I found some videos on YouTube, but I'm gonna start out with the first event, Shred the Shires in England, which is a brand new event, and Mark, the event organizer, was as kind to send me some of the footage of all the preparations they are doing and the terrain and the location. So let's dive into the computer. I'm gonna share the footage with you guys and let's see what they have in store for us. So I'm gonna open the first Shred the Shires video. So heyo, let's go! Okay, apparently they have one big ass field. Whoa, that has a lot of potential. Really looking cool. So they have a lot of space for a racetrack. What do we have there? Oh, some one-wheelers with the Shred the Shires flag. And apparently it's they already have some single track available on the location there. So that's good. They don't really need to put a lot of work in. Oh yeah, there's still some bumpy terrain as well, but it looks like they have a lot of potential to put some cool corners, maybe add some obstacles in there. Let's see what they have. Okay, so they do have some flattened out space, as you can see, which rides a lot smoother. And there on the left, we seem to have a lot of obstacles where they can play around. Already some integrated obstacles into the track or into the meadow over there, which looks like they can really integrate some cool features in the racetrack or just play around with your friends on a good session. They have some jumps and lumps. Oh, they also have some pallets in a corner with some drops. That looks awesome. Oh, we do have an updated GT over here. Just heard a buzzer there on the wooden bridge. And it seems like they do have some work to flatten it out. Some hidden wooden terrain and bridges. Looks really awesome, and they are building some new features. We have a teeter-totter over here. Would be so cool to have that in the race, like two teeter-totters next to each other, to see everybody blasting around. What do we have here? It's like a mini Onewheel, a higher up Onewheel. The dude is shredding it, man. Look at him going. Look at him going. Okay, and some new features that they're building. Looks like they're really gonna put in some effort to make it a cool and a very challenging racetrack. Here you have Mark, the organizer, challenging the obstacles with his GT. All right. Shred the Shire. Looks like they really have a cool terrain going there. They do have some work to make it into a racetrack and to organize the camping. But Mark already told me that he has everything under control. He has a good team over there in England helping him out. There's a lot of good riders involved that will make sure that this track will be a very awesome racetrack for all of you guys to go shredding. Let's dive into the second tier 2 event. The second one will be the Balaton Karika, which already looks very cool. Let's pop up the video and go ahead, start it. All right, let's dive into the Balaton Karika video. You can find these videos on YouTube. I will link them in the description. They have a pretty good crew over there going on. Nice weather. I love to see the sunshine on these kind of events. It's actually started by, whoa, check out the view on that. They have the lake that you can probably access while riding over there. And it was actually started, this event, by Gergo, a guy that is shredding there in Hungary. He's been really active for the community over there. And he just started out with reaching out to a couple of people, riding around the Balaton Lake, having a small event. This is actually growing each year. They already have a big group over there, some e-skates. Very motivated crew, as it seems, and really nice surroundings and views over there. I would go there only for the views and check out the lake, the blue water. I've been dreaming about a lake like that. Ooh, would be so cool to be shredding over there. Gergo, looks like you have a really cool thing going on over there. Looks like we have Vid in the video. Vid is cruising around everywhere. This dude. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a location. What a location. Looks like they have a pretty cool event on their hands there. Don't know where the racetrack will be located, because this is currently not visible in the video. I think this is from the tour. But this year in the Tier 2 event, they will definitely have a race on their hands there. And we already have some Vesk stuff going on, riding upside down. So it looks like they have a really cool location set up. I have never been in the Hungary region. I always wanted to go there because they have lots of mountains, cool lakes, and very rugged nature. Looks like it's really awesome to go exploring. So if you want to go and enjoy the Hungary Balaton Karika race at the lake, really check into this event because it looks like it's gonna be a bomber. Okay, and next on the agenda would be the Danish Onewheel games. Lars from Denmark has already started the Denmark event for a couple of years now. He's been gathering a lot of Danes. One of our Dutch friends already went there last year, At, and he did very well. So let's dive into the video and see what they have to offer over there. So let's see, they have some single track with some bumps and lumps. Going through the forest. It's actually a private domain that they have, so they can build whatever they want. Lars has been doing a great job already in setting up some features. You'll see here, now we have the single track, which is going up and down. And in a minute, we'll be diving into some really cool obstacles, because the Denmark event is really a lot more about skill than speed. They will have some time tracking going on for the Tier 2 race event. But as you can see, it has a lot of challenges. Here it starts with some wooden bridges that they made, and it's gonna go, definitely tricky on the end there. And you always have to return to the position where you landed to go ahead and attack the parcours again. As you can see, they have some jumps in there, some bridges over the small river. And then we end up in a wooden bridge section, which seems to have a very tricky lump at the beginning there. This dude is struggling a bit to get over. They have the wooden bridges like crossing each other, Here you have to go forward, you have to go backward into the parkour and forward again. So definitely some challenges ahead if you're attending the Danish Onewheel games. Then you end up on this very narrow wooden thing. He falls down. This seems really narrow for a race. So that's why they really emphasize that it's much more about skill than about the speed. As you can see, you really have to go back and make sure that you finalize the obstacle without falling down off of them. So it could be tricky, man. This looks like if you have some nerves or if you're like kind of sketchy on the board, this would definitely be a hard section. Okay, do the shredding. Next obstacle, some trees or half trees, going over it, rainbow style. Then we have some wooden lumps. As you can see, they put a lot of work already into this terrain. They pretty much have the whole racetrack ready to go. And there you have the crew awaiting to get this guy over the finish line. He's doing great, man, balancing over the tree lump, which looks like a tricky one. A steep right up. You really need some speed in there. Looks like they're gonna have fun over there in Denmark, riding the Danish Onewheel games. Everybody's in t-shirts, so apparently it seems to be very good weather over there. Nice to go and shred in the summer. Okay, dude is struggling a bit, so it must be steep to get up there. Yep, and he's got his GT over there, but failed to ride it out. So has to start over again. Yeah, so as you can see, they have to start over again. It looks like a really cool concept. It's for the more technical riders, but if you're a speed demon and you can like travel this course on a speed, you'll definitely be the man. All right, and that seems to be the finish of the race. What a cool setup they have over there in Denmark. It's so cool to see that Lars and his crew is putting a lot of effort into building a nice single track to have a tier 2 race and to make sure that everybody who goes there has a good and an epic time. Okay, and then we have one more event in store, and that would be the Mayrau Shred Fest in Czech Republic. We're gonna dive right into the video because I've never been there. I don't know what's going on. Let's see what they have in store. Mayrau Shred Fest. Okay, they seem to have a lot of people gathered already. I think last year was the first edition of this race. Okay, they have some heads-up races. And as you can see, they have some pretty steep downhills going on this track. I've already heard that the single track they are racing is quite challenging. And as you can see, they have some cool features, bridges going over this small valley. Okay, guys are ripping. Sharp corner into the downhill. It really seems to be like a downhill course. Downhill oriented, but very technical because it's kind of a rough terrain. All right, ooh, sketchy. As you can see, here and there, sketchy terrain if you push too hard. This is the young Polish dude. He's ripping hard. And it seems like it's a very challenging course over there. Here there will be blood, as always. But it looks cool, man. It looks like a very challenging track to go racing. It definitely starts triggering something in me. I really would like to race in this kind of a terrain. That's what I like. Fast downhills, challenging technical downhills. Kind of have to keep it together, keep it straight, and make sure that you don't hit the floor. Because as you will see in a minute, I found a crash compilation of this race, and you will see guys really go down hard in this one. If you push on a terrain like this, and you're racing with some dudes or you're racing against yourself, against the time, you can definitely notice that this one will be a challenging one. Czech Republic, looks like you have a good race on your hands there. All right. I do see that there's not that much space for takeovers. That might be something that they have to work on, but currently it really looks like awesome terrain, man. Downhill forest shredding. Already looking forward. Oh, we have a ghoster. We have a ghoster. Okay, ladies are racing. The little dude won the whole thing. And they have a big crew going there. The single track Mayrau Shred Fest in Czech Republic also seems to be like a very cool race. I have one more piece of video for you guys. It's also from the Shred Fest in Czech Republic. Check this one. They also have a crash compilation. So if you're up for a challenge, definitely check this race. Here's the crash compilation. And as you will see, there will be some riders hitting hard. This is the flying start. We also do that at WoW, puts in an additional challenge. But as you can see, if you're shredding through this terrain, you're bound to hit the floor somewhere. But that's what happened. When we ride a Onewheel and we push ourselves to the next level, you will automatically hit the ground somewhere. Otherwise, if you don't hit the floor from time to time, you're not really learning anything or pushing yourself. So that's why I can only say big up to the guys pushing the limits, definitely on this kind of a terrain. As a beginner, you can also attend the race. That will not be an issue as long as you ride on your own tempo. You really have to know what your limits are. And if you want to push them, you can push them like these guys. And that's where you learn. Ooh, that was a sketchy one, but he kept it straight. Guys are flying down, pushing hard on the nose is dangerous. They really have to watch. Whoa! This guy was like going head on to the trees. Ooh, and into the valley. Hoppa! He was trying to hold on to the bushes, but couldn't keep it straight. Another racer already coming. Okay, some blood over there. Luckily, they have some good first aid help over there. Alright, and that was my overview of the 4 new events, the tier 2 events in the EOL. So now it's up to you guys to choose wisely on which events you will attend. There's so many options now that you can pick whatever is your style of event or what do you want to do. There's even a freestyle event coming in Italy with the Float Italia boys. They're putting in some effort to do it a little bit differently this year, which we really appreciate and we are really looking forward to. So definitely let me know in the comments which events you are attending this year. You'll probably see us at some of the events. We cannot attend them all as well as we don't have unlimited vacation, but we'll do our best to support whatever we can. And on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bam!